Hello, it's me, CatCorelli, and this is my YouTube channel. Welcome to my Cat Vibe series. This is episode 282. Today I'm painting a rose. And I gotta say that this turned out to be quite a challenging little study because I happen to not have the correct colors. I know it kind of sounds dumb because you're what do you mean you don't have the right colors? I did not have magenta. The rose in my reference photo was magentish, sort of. And throughout this study, I was struggling to using the reds that I did have, the cadmium red. I was trying to get there. I was trying to, mix it with other colors, with some blue, with some ultramarine blue mostly. And I don't think that I got exactly there. But in the end, I kind of decided, you know what? If I don't have the ready available hue that I'm looking for, then I pretty much can paint it anyways. Let it be not precisely that magenta that is in the reference photo. Let it be something else. I mean, what's the big holdup? What's the big problem here? Still, it's a painting. So I just went with whatever. Quite frankly, I think that I've kind of developed a way of painting trees, the way I like to paint trees, or large masses of something. But as far as flowers, I don't think that I've quite gotten there. So I'm experimenting all the time. Sometimes I like the way things turn out, and sometimes I don't like them. I don't want to be too precise. I don't want to be too uptight. Uptight would be the right word. I want it to be loose. I want it to breathe. But with flowers specifically, I don't think that I've developed yet that sense of how to go about them, because flowers is its own specific thing. If we're talking about texture, about the feel of a flower, the petals and all that, the colors, most of the texture of it, what kind of shapes are you dealing with, what kind of feeling do they emit, if that makes any sense. Large masses of greenery, that's a different subject, Trees, that's a different subject. In a way, it's easier to paint. But flowers, there is something. The challenge here is not to overpaint. Because theoretically, of course, I could have drilled down and made it very excruciatingly precise. Thoroughly painted out every single petal with a very small brush. And I kind of found myself at some point in this painting moving in that direction. And I've deliberately backed off from that direction because that was not the purpose. That was not what I was trying to study. That was not something I was looking for. I wanted to keep it loose. I wanted my brush strokes to breathe. I wanted them to be deliberate but free, breathable, expressive, if you know what I mean. So therein was the challenge. Now, the color aspect of it and, just not having magenta. By the way, I've ordered some rose madder and magenta hue. And then I went even further with that. I'm not endorsing this brand. Take it or leave it, basically. But I've discovered interesting neon oil paint from a company called Gapka. Usually nowadays, for the most part, I'm using Gamblin oil colors and whatever brushes I see fit. I'm not hung up on brands of brushes, so sometimes when I feel that I want a bristle brush, I go for a bristle brush. The brushes you see me use most of the time, like this one, right? These are like all media cheap-ass brushes, which, I don't know, like they're dirt cheap, but I like them. I like them. And they get bent out of shape pretty fast, but they're cheap enough to just buy a whole big pack of them and and use them. Bristle brushes, sometimes that's what I need. And sometimes I need a flat brush, something like it, yeah. But anyhow, so I've discovered oil paint from a company called Gapka. And they had a line of neon paint, so I bought some neon paint. And, oh god, now I have magenta pink, and I have like, what was the name of it? I don't remember. Intense pink or magenta hue, deep magenta, something like that. I don't remember. All sorts of colors, because on this first study in this little flower series, because later on I'll be painting flowers again, I ran into these problems. Trying to get magenta mixing other colors is such a chore, quite frankly. And I just don't see why would I have to struggle if actually magenta is one of the primary colors. If you remember CMYK, cyan, magenta, yellow, what was the fourth one? Don't remember. Anyhow, magenta is one of the primary colors. Magenta is one of the primary colors, and it's part of the CMYK system. So getting it from something else, it's like you can't get blue out of anything else, or you can't get red out of anything else, right? It's good to have it, especially I guess when painting flowers. And this neon oil paint, which I'm not using in this painting, I still didn't have it here. But this is what it turned out like. I had to use other colors surrounding the flower to make it look more magentish, more pink. That's what I did initially. That's what I did actually. And here's the final painting. If you want to purchase any of my paintings, reach out to me at ladycatherinecorelli@gmail.com. Very soon I will roll out my Etsy store, and my paintings will be available there. With that being said, thank you very much for being with me, and you'll hear me next time. Ciao.